So let us start the lecture number 7, continuation of the preceding one. We will continue again about the operating system structures. Okay. So the difference I have already told about the process and the program. So program, it is a passive, we can say, element, and the process, it is an active element. So this is the little bit difference between the program and the process. So any program under execution, we can say this is called the process. Now a process has resources. Whenever several programs are running, then under execution, we can say uh, number of resources occupied by the different processes. Now there are different processes are CPU, memory, file, different file management. Okay. So here a process may have any number of resources and attributes that must be managed. So there are a number of attributes which we can manage, and management of processes includes, now you can see here, process scheduling. Okay. Here during the process scheduling, we can give or provide the priority to the different processes. Okay, suppose if there are a number of processes are going on, and some processes inside the memory and some in the CPU, then during the design of the operating system, we have to take care of this, and we write some sort of such programs. On the behalf of that, a operating system can provide the priority to the process. And we can also here control over the time, that is called the time management. We can create any process, terminate any process. Okay, creation, termination, these are various management of processes. Okay, so block or unblock, we can also block during running of any program, or we can say the process, or we can unblock suspension or resumption. Okay, so we can suspend the process at any time because we are providing the priority to the number of processes. So another management for the processes, we can say synchronization. So the operating system can provide the facility of the synchronization as well as the communication, deadlock handling, and debugging. So during the deadlock, how will we are going to handle those deadlock? How can we eliminate the deadlock conditions? Then we will come over the position here. Another is the last one is the debugging. Okay. So various processes are going on. Then after execution, how will we debug those programs? Okay. So management of processes includes the several, we can say the conditions. Now we can see other the system components. This comes under the operating system structures. So there are various system components which we will use. And I told you about the memory management. These comes under the system components, main memory management, IO management, file management, CPU management. So there are various, we can say the managements, and who is managing this? This all the things will be managed by the operating system. So the first we will concentrate over the main memory management, how we will manage the main memory. So how we will allocate and deallocate for processes, or we can say the files or input output devices. Now sometimes there is a need of the maintenance of several processes at a time. Okay, so keep track of who is using what memory. Now we have the track that who which process is using the memory or the area of the memory occupied by the process. Okay, so this will be managed by the operating system. So how we are going to divide the main memory. Now we have already seen that how we will divide the main memory. So at the upper layer, at the initial stage, we can say that the operating system will reside, and after that, again there are several divisions of the main memory. So at the lower parts, we can say that the user uh, defined area, that is the different programs uh, can occupy that particular area. But the upper portion of the main memory in which the operating system will reside. Okay, so the operating system have keep the track of who is using what memory. Now the movement of process memory to and from secondary storage also, because sometimes there are number of processes are running, then some process will be occupied by the CPU and some by the main memory, and after the execution of the number of processes, they will move to the secondary storage. Okay, so the final storage area is the secondary memory. So from the main memory, it will go to the secondary storage. So that we can say movement of process memory to or from secondary storage. So from main memory to secondary storage, or we can access the program from the secondary storage, and after that we can send for the execution. So this comes under the main memory management, how the operating system is going to manage this. Another management which is provided by the operating system is the file management. Okay. Here a file is a collection of related information defined by its creator, that who is creating the file, what is the name of the file, okay, or the various properties we can check for a concerning uh, program or the process. Okay, so where that program will go after execution, and what will be the address of that particular program. Okay, or we can say the task. So a file is nothing but a collection of related information defined by its creator, that who is creating this. So various files and folders we can create, and this will be managed by the operating system. So commonly files represent programs, okay, both source and object. So we can say there are two forms, that is called the source and the object forms, and also the concerning data which we can uh, store or retrieve the data related to the that files. Okay, so the operating system is responsible for the number of activities in connection with the file management, that how we will create the file, and then deletion of the file, directory creation and deletion. So support of primitives for manipulating files and directories. Sometimes we want to manipulate some files or the directories. Then this is their duty or the responsibility of the operating system. Then the operating system will manage this. That is called the file management. Okay. So mapping files into secondary storage. So after creation, we can say that finally it will reside onto the secondary storage. Okay, that will be the final, you can say the address for different files and folders. So file backup on stable, okay, that is the non-volatile storage media. So there are two types of storage media. We can say the volatile one and the non-volatile. Okay, volatile you are already aware. Volatile, what is the difference between the volatile and non-volatile? Any idea? Anybody, please? What is the
सर
difference?
मेमोरी, यस सर, जब कंप्यूटर शट डाउन होता है तो मेमोरी उसकी दोबारा से सब डिलीट हो जाती है सर, और फिर उसके बाद जब ऑन होता है तो सर वापस रिकवर हो जाती है सर, इसी को वोलेटाइल।
Okay, volatile. So any
यस
example for that?
सर, रैम जैसे कि है।
Okay, temporary memory. Huh?
यस सर, यस
Yes. And what about the secondary storage, secondary memory? That is
सर,
the
उसमें
example.
स्टोर रहता है डेटा। यस सर,
That is the non-volatile.
हार्ड ड्राइव। यस सर।
Okay. So file backup we will do on the secondary storage. Okay. So that you can say that non-volatile. So other system components are the IO management. So there are a number of you can say input and output devices that have the interface with your system and ultimately with the operating system. Now we can say here buffer caching system, generic device driver code. So whenever we are going to connect different input and output devices with the help of the operating system, okay, then there is a buffer caching system and generic device driver code. So related to the different you can say input output devices, we have to uh, during the installation of that particular devices, IO devices, we need some sort of device driver. Okay, so there are programs that are also, we can say, sometimes needed to provide the connectivity with the IO devices. So that is called the device driver softwares. Okay, so drivers for each device translate, read or write requests into. So whenever we want to, uh, we are going to connect with such type of devices, then there is a need arise to translate, read or write request into. Suppose we want to write or we want to uh, store few files on the secondary memory, then how we will get the connectivity with the operating system. Then without the involvement of the operating system, we cannot store anything either on the main memory or on the secondary memory. So finally, because it is a we can say non-volatile secondary storage, then we connect with the provide the interface with the operating system to the secondary storage. Now disk position commands. So there are number of, we can say, commands. When we were using the disk operating system, then there were several commands which we have to write before working on that. Okay. Now another management is called the secondary storage management that will also, you can say, created by the operating system, so that we can uh, use the storage area on the secondary memory. Okay, so the various examples are the disk, tapes, optical, you can say the drives. Okay, CD, DVD, like those are now these became obsolete. So free space management, free space management, that is the paging or swiping. Okay, so here we will use the methodology of the paging and segmentation, and sometimes there is a need arise to swap some sort of processes. Just we are going to interchange from one area to another, or from main memory to secondary storage or secondary storage to, so such a type of movement of the file from one position to another, that is called the swapping. So storage allocation here, what data goes where on disk. Okay, so what type of data is going on the disk, so that is called the storage allocation here. Another term is the disk scheduling. What is the disk scheduling? So this comes under the system components. Now another thing is currently we are using the networking system. How we are going to provide the networking. So with the help of the server, or we can say we are using the operating system, then we can also do the networking. But if we will not involve the operating system, then we cannot work at all. So one of the system component, we can also say the networking here, communication system between distributed processors here. So there are number of processors which we can already studied about the loosely coupled processors or the tightly coupled multiprocessor system. So here how we will get the communication between these type of distributed processors, getting information about the files and processes etc. on a remote machine. So how we will get the information about the file, where the particular file that will be generated or created by us, uh, what is the perfect, we can say the address of that particular file. Okay, and currently where the process is going on and where the process is staying. So on a some sort of remote machine, then with the help of the OS utility programs, we can get the exact position of different files and processes. So can use either a message passing or a shared memory model. So here again there is the involvement of some model. So whenever we will use the memory, then with the help of the message passing or the shared memory model, we can use. How we will provide the protection for the files, memory, CPU, etc. Then means controlling of access. So how we will access the number of files, or how we are going to use the space of the memory here, or the different we can access the location of the CPU under the execution. We can collect the latest information where our process is running, and how we will provide the protection to them. Okay, to different files and memory, CPU. Then this also comes under the system components. Okay, depends on the attributes of file and user. So there are various other system programs, we can say command interpreters. We can write the commands here. Okay, so again, this is a inbuilt software with the operating system, so that we can use or we can write the commands. So these are called the command interpreters. Program that accept control statements. Here we can write the different type of control statements. Suppose on the DOS operating system, just we will write some commands to create the file, or sometimes to create folder. Suppose we want to delete the files or folders. Okay, copying, like those commands. So this is done by the command interpreters. So in case of the Unix operating system or the Linux, we will interface with the shell or the GUI interface. Okay, graphics unit. We can say the GUI, graphic user interface, we use here. But shell programming, you can see it involves on the operating system, either on the Unix or the also on the Linux, because the Linux is also, we can say the uh, one of the latest version of the Unix. Okay, so shell commands, there are the uh, here we can use the shell commands, various we can write on the editor. And GUI interface, this is also provided by the operating system. Now there are number of compilers or linkers we can use with the help of the operating system. So operating system also provide the interface with the different compilers or linkers. Okay, nowadays you know the linkers and loaders, these are the inbuilt with the operating system. Now no need to. But suppose you are using some Java compiler, or we can say C++, Turbo C++, like those compilers. These are the other system software which we can install after the installation of the operating system. So the various interface provided by the operating system, how the operating system will provide the interface with other softwares. This comes under the system components. So these are called the system components. Okay. So compilers, linkers, loaders, and command interpreters. These are the system components, we can say. Communication, how we will get the communication, how we can access the files, folders, or how we are going to connect various computers. Okay, so FTP, file transfer protocol, Telnet, it is a sort of, how we will do the networking, Telnet, etc. So the operating system will provide the service even for the file transfer or for the Telnet, but it is mandatory that we must have the internet facility. Before that, we can design a server, and with the help of the server, we can make or prepare the local, you can say the networking. We can do the local networking. That comes under the category of the, we can say, the server based, we can say, networking. Okay, so with the help of the server, we can connect several computers in our computer lab, etc. So these type of services of interconnecting various computers in a lab or some close, we can say, the areas provided by the operating system. So without the operating system, we cannot proceed. So this is the major role of the operating system, and this is called the operating system structures. So these are various structures of the and services provided by the operating system. So just I am engaging only the basics of till now, the basics of the operating system. What are the different functions, characteristics? Okay. Now, from the next unit, we will start the other services like the file management, the CPU scheduling. Okay, that is the process management and deadlock deduction, and what is the deadlock. So we will, and other things, but just I am covering only the basics of the operating system here. So what are the different services provided by the OS? So you must be aware by all the services of the OS.
सर
System,
नोट्स अपलोड कर दीजिए.
yes, I will give you the notes also. So now you can see here under the same operating system structures, modifying the operating system program for a particular machine. The goal is to include all the necessary pieces, but not too many extra ones. So modifying the operating system program for a particular machine. Suppose we are running the operating system on single machine, and after that we want to run the same operating system on another machine. So sometimes the problem may arise. Okay, so there is a need to update or to include some other functions. So due to the compatibility of the machines or the hardware, we cannot use the same operating system. Nowadays you can see here in our computer lab, in both the labs, AutoCAD lab and also in the main lab, there are number of computers, but here machine is only one. Okay, we are using a number of computers, and there are more than 100, or we can say approximate 100 computers, but the type of machine is single. Okay, we are not using any other machines here. Sometimes we are using two OS, two operating systems. Okay, but whenever we want to install the operating system on various types of machine, then the problem may arise, may come. So to overcome or to remove the problems, then there is a need arise to modify the operating system program sometimes. So we can say typically a system can support many possible devices. So a system have number of possible devices. You are going to connect IO devices, various IO devices. So how the operating system will interface with those devices. But any one installation has only a few of these possibilities. So we need to install all those IO devices. So they have some softwares, device drivers. So after connecting, we can work over that, but with the help of the operating system. Okay, so without OS, there is a major role of the operating system. We cannot connect any other devices. So plug and play allows for detection of devices and automatic inclusion of the code drivers necessary to drive these devices. So without the drivers, we cannot connect the other IO devices. Okay, so drivers are very necessary. So drivers are nothing but the other small, we can say, the system softwares. Okay, which are going to provide the interface with some IO devices. So now here we can again coming to the block diagram. Here the lineage system. Here command stress. How we are using another operating system. So a system call is the main way a user program interacts with the operating system. So we get the system call, and as per the system call, we can interact with the operating system here. Now you can see in this block diagram, there are here uh, trap to monitor. Here we can considering this the monitor, and after this you can say there are number of cases. Here the number of cases means the system call up to n. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up to n. So these are the sort of commands. Okay. So whenever we will get the commands, then the system will read that command and we can proceed. Okay, as per the user command. So here the user program reside. Now you can see trap to monitor. Here you will type on the monitor a programmer or the user. Now the perform IO operation. Here the number of IO devices which are connected to your system, maybe a keyboard or the printer, we can say, or other mouse and other devices, whatever you are going to use. Now resident monitor, it is again a program here, resident monitor, so that it will again the interface with the operating system. Now the here we can say the user program, the user is going to write the program. Now in this case, you can see here there are various list of the user programs and different parameters, okay, involving here, and this is the register, so that it is going for the process. The call will go through the register here, and then you can also here may call this use parameters from table X. Now code for system call 13. So this is the operating system. Okay. So this is the operating system, and here user program. So user program will give the alert, okay, to the operating system, and then operating system will work for the further task. Okay. Whatever we are going to do, then here the user program, as you will click on compile, then your program will go to the operating system, and then operating system will give the alert sign, and accordingly your program will run. Okay, so operating system here, a interface with your compiler. Okay, so if whenever you will write any program, then as you will run, you will use another system software here. Okay, that is called the compiler, maybe assembler or some other software, but the command will go through the operating system. So take care of this. Now here you can see there are number of process, message passing, here the shared memory, how the message is going on. Here the memory which the process are sharing. So this is, you can see here, particular memory which is occupied by the process A, and again this is the area which is occupied by another process. Here you can see the kernel, that is the part of the operating system, in the central part of the operating system. This is called the kernel. Okay, so here you can see this will provide the command to the process A or process B, and it will depend upon that which process is going for execution, and it will also depend on the priority which is provided by the user, okay, through, or we can say via operating system. Now here again you can see this is the case of message passing. The message is going through the kernel, and this is again the area which is occupied by the operating system. So this is, we can say the memory, again memory, again memory. So this is occupied by process A, process B, and this is the operating system here in this memory. Okay. Now this is the shared memory, how the process are sharing. Now here in this case, you can see process A, process B, but a particular area on the main memory. Here, this is the again the main memory. Okay. Don't think about the secondary memory here. There is no any role of the secondary memory. Secondary memory we always use for the final stage. Okay. Whenever we are going to store any data or program, finally, then uh, it will go to the secondary storage, but it is also managed by the operating system. Or we can retrieve from the secondary memory. Again, we can run our program, or we can run our process. Okay. And after running, it will again go to the secondary storage. So here, whenever we will talk about the memory, then always about the main memory. Okay. So operating system always reside as you will on your system. Okay. Switch on your laptop or desktop, then the operating system will go to the RAM, random access memory. So RAM is always occupied by the operating system, and then remaining portion used by the other system softwares and user programs. Okay, so we can say this is the area. Okay, this is the area that is used by other system software. Here the operating system, other system software, and these are the process A and process B and so on, maybe more. So this is the difference between the here message passing, and this is the shared memory. So a particular area just you are defining here means you are not defining, but defined by the operating system under this category of the shared memory. So process A and process B occupying the same memory. Okay, but there will be a partition here for the process A, how much memory is occupied by process A and process B. Now again, this is the kernel. Okay, so this is the fixed memory by the operating system. Operating system will always reside in the area of the main memory as you will start your computer. Now there are again a number of system calls related to the operating system. Okay, so you can see here how we will create the process. Now wait for single object, none, exit process, create file, close handle, read file, write file. So these are various commands or description, or we can say the system calls. Okay, these are example of various system calls. This comes under the category of the operating system structure. So this is the basic structure of the operating system. So whenever we will write the system software for the operating system, then we will involve a number of calls. Okay, what is inside going on? How the operating system is controlling various commands, okay, or the system calls. Then we must write all those basic programs for that. Yeah, you can say there are a number of functions involving. Okay, and creating a number of commands. So these are called the system calls. Create directory. Just you are writing the command or clicking on the command. So we are getting the directory. Remove directory. If we want to remove, then rm dir. So these are the commands based on the Unix. If we are using the Unix operating system, then we will write this command. Suppose remove directory, rm and name of the directory will come. Okay, dir. Here we will write suppose any name. Okay, we have already given the name to the directory. Then we will write rm and then name of the directory. After that, we will use the enter. Then we can remove. So on the Unix, because this is based on the, we have to write some commands uh, similar to the disk operating system. Okay, if we will write the command time, then we will get the local time, kill. Here we will kill the processes, ch mode. Okay, yeah, change mode, ch mode means change mode, change direct. So there are various commands. Okay, so these commands are called the system calls, various system calls. Now how an operating system is put together, a simple structure. Now you can see in this block diagram. ROM, BIOS, device drivers. Okay, here you can see BIOS device drivers will stay here. MS-DOS drivers means this is the operating system drivers providing the interface with this. Okay, accessing the hardware or the ROM memory. Now this is above this operating system. MS-DOS is the old operating system. Okay, Microsoft disk operating system. Then the resident system programming. After that, here the resident system programming will decide, that is the monitor programming, and after that application programming, that is done by you. Okay, how they are correlated, now you can see here. First this is stage, and then operating system drivers, then resident system programming. After that you can write the program application. Yes, application programming. Okay, now I am taking your attendance now.
सर मेजर प्रोजेक्ट की लैब होगी क्या?
हाँ होगी भाई, वो सर बता तो रहे थे कुछ उसके लिए ग्रुप वगैरह क्या बता रहे हैं, शायद बनाएंगे कुछ, या जो भी कंटिन्यू रहेगा तो उन्हें बताना होगा शायद ग्रुप के बारे में कौन कौन से। तो जकरिया साहब और नवेद साहब एंगेज करेंगे, हो सकता है जाहिद सर भी होंगे, और क्या कहते हैं, मैं भी अगर मान लो इस पे जूम पर होती है
आप भी रहिएगा।
मैं भी इन्वॉल्व हो जाऊंगा, ठीक है।
यस सर।
जी सर।
जी सर।
और हार्डवेयर इसके सॉरी क्या कहते हैं, आज इसके यूनिट नंबर फर्स्ट के नोट्स भी उस पर गूगल आपका जो वो है क्लास उस पर अपलोड कर देंगे।
यस सर। और सर रिपोर्ट भी चेक कर दीजिए सर कल तक।
अच्छा चलिए।
यस सर, उसमें सबमिट का ऑप्शन नहीं आता वरना सर।
अच्छा अच्छा
यस
सही है। और कोई प्रॉब्लम भाई रिजवान? एनी अदर प्रॉब्लम? तो प्रोग्राम जमा करो अभी, ये तो जमा कर दिया होगा आपने सभी लोगों ने, क्या नहीं अभी रह गया? मैंने देखा यार कुछ लोगों का वही वेट करना पड़ता है, जब हम सोचते हैं सभी का एक साथ चेक कर दें, लेकिन डिले क्यों कर रहे हैं पता नहीं। नंबर तो अब कटेंगे।
फर्स्ट प्रोग्राम सर।
हाँ अभी फर्स्ट प्रोग्राम ही नहीं जमा करा लोगों ने।
फर्स्ट तो कर
करना चाहिए, अब तो उनका 5 मार्क्स में से एवेल्युएट करूंगा भाई, अगर कर देते हैं, वरना तो फिर 0 हो जाएगा। डिले क्यों कर रहे हैं पिछली बार की तरह? ठीक है भाई, थैंक यू। वी विल कंटिन्यू ऑन द
थैंक यू सर।
लेफ्ट टर्न।
थैंक यू सर।